Oh, welcome. The Crow bombs. Yep, this is the kind of face I'm sure Lionsgate have at the moment. Just, what? Shouldn't be that much of a surprise. It is now on digital. It's been out for 3 weeks. And it only made 21 million at the box office. Pretty bad. Pretty goddamn bad. But not really a surprise. This should never have been made. I don't know why it was made. If they were going to make it. It definitely shouldn't have been Eric Draven and Shelley. It should have just been some randos. Should have changed some things about the story. I reviewed this. I watched it, so you don't have to. And it was just a really bizarre... Some of the creative decisions were really weird. Like Eric Draven and Shelley are both like smackheads. Do you know what I mean? They're like coke addicts and meth heads and just really, just degenerates, basically. And then they find love in each other in rehab. And they break out of rehab because Shelley's being followed. And you think that when they find one another, especially from a narrative perspective, if you're supposed to care about these characters, that when they break out of rehab, their sort of love for one another enables them to overcome their addiction. But we literally just see them go on some more debauchery. And it's just like, I don't care about these characters after that. And I don't care about the love story. It's just two smackheads. It's literally just two smackheads that are like, oh my god, one's died. Oh, I'm going to revenge you. It's like, I don't care. Just go do it elsewhere, please. This is a shit story. So it was really weird. Creatively, it didn't make any sense. Like, you'd probably, although it's not realistic, you would buy into it more, the love story element and the revenge element, if they had used their love as a motivation to break free from their addiction. But they didn't. So, whatever. Who cares? Let's take a look, right? Lionsgate has officially now sent out word that the Crow reboot is on digital and on demand, which is only 3 weeks after the theatrical release and a massively disappointing $21 million at the box office, which is awful. This movie, I think it cost them $50 million to acquire. Lionsgate, they didn't make this, they acquired it. I think it was, I'm pretty certain it was $50 million, which you'd think that you'd be able to, a dumbass's perspective would be like, The Crow, yeah, could probably do 100 million at least. 21. So Bill Skarsgård takes on the iconic role of The Crow in this modern reimagining of the original graphic novel by James O'Barr, teases Lionsgate. Film follows soulmates Eric and Shelley, FKA Twigs as well. I said it in my review. I stand by it. She looks inbred. She must have got there simply because, I don't know, like a funding thing. Hey, FKA Twigs, if she stars in it, we'll give you some more money. So she can't act, and she doesn't, and she's not hot. So really dumb choice. But anyway. So Crow opened August 23rd to only 4.6 million at the box office. Would drop 60.9% in its second weekend, 92.8% in its third weekend, which is brutal. Dropping 92.8% in its third weekend. That is brutal. I don't think this is the biggest box office bomb of the year. I think that goes to Borderlands, but that is insane. So domestically, the film brought in under $10 million and around 11.8 million from foreign grosses. I mean, that's just so bad. I'm hoping Lionsgate sold it internationally. Lionsgate are good, like, generally speaking. They have some duds here and there, but they're not like an awful studio, so I don't want them to suffer huge financial losses. I know, look at me championing a studio. But they're like one of the least woke-ass studios in Hollywood. So I do hope for their sake that they, external markets, they sold it. It was pre-sold. So they got some money. Because that's awful. And like, the people that went to watch it, they didn't hate it. Like 64% on Rotten Tomatoes from 500 plus verified ratings it's not horrendous. Like, genuinely, that's not awful. But just no one cared. No one cared to go and watch it. It's one of those things that you go like, who is this actually for? So 23% rotten by critics. I'd say that's about right. Because it just wasn't good. Skarsgård was good, and it's a shame because he was good in it. And I'd hate for this to be, you know, something where people look at it and go, he turned people off the movie. No, he's not the reason. He's probably the reason some people even went. And he was good in it, but he was just in the wrong film. You know, he was too good for the film itself. Look, again, inbred. Look at this. Ridiculous. Like, you hire a woman for 2 reasons. They can really act, right? That's why you hire them. That's the preferred reason why you hire anyone for a film. Literally, man or woman. They can really act. Or the second reason is sex appeal. She has neither of those. She clearly was hired because of financial stuff. Anyway, so the original director came out and blasted it as well, Alex Proyas. He pretty much roasted it. Says, I thought the remake was a cynical cash grab. Not much cash to grab, it seems. Absolutely hilarious. Variety noted that Proyas has also been sharing negative reviews of the reboot, which is just comedy gold. One which he shared was the Crow reboot is the worst movie of the year. To which Proyas wrote, the review we've all been waiting for. It's a bit like flogging a dead horse now, so I think I'll stop after this until another funny one comes along. Comedy gold. And he also said this, I really don't get any joy from seeing negativity about any fellow filmmaker's work. And I'm certain the cast and crew really had all good intentions, as we all do on any films, so it pains me to say any more on this post. But I think the fans' response speaks volumes. The Crow is not just a movie. Brandon Lee died making it, and it was finished as a testament to his lost brilliance and tragic loss. It is his legacy. That's how it should remain. And that is what most people think. That is what most people think. So look, this has come and gone with a fart on a whimper. No one cares. The Crow is a huge failure. Will they try and reboot it again? What do you think? Because that's what happens with these IPs. It becomes recycled. So I thought I'd make this video, 1, because it's funny, but 2, just to ask you guys, do you think this will get remade again? And do you think this film would have done any better if it was just a story in the Crow universe? What do you think about that? And some slight changes to the story. I think it would have been received a bit better. But the design choices were dumb. It was a slow slog to get through the third act. To get through to the third act. Third act was actually alright. The opera fight scenes were pretty cool. Pretty gruesome. Pretty gory. But you got to wait to get there. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop it down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.